Hi, in this demo, we would see how we can deploy a containerized application using the Minicube's dashboard or with its CLI tools. To open up a dashboard, let us run the Minicube dashboard command, which would open up the dashboard in one of the tab of our web browser. Now, to deploy the application, let us click on the create icon, which would open up the interface like as shown on the screen. Here we can write down our JSON or YAML content for the application. Using the create from file tab, we can even upload our JSON or YAML file for the application. But for now, we are going to use the create an app tab in which we can define our application. Like here, we are defining our application name as web server, which is going to get created using the image nginx:alpine. We would have 3 copies for our application. As of now, we are not defining any service. Let us now click on deploy to deploy our application. Our application is now getting deployed, and after some time, we would see that it is deployed on our Kubernetes cluster. Our deployment web server would have a replica set, and that replica set would have 3 pods attached to it. Let us now go back to our CLI and run the kubectl commands to get deployments, replica set, and the pods. Using the kubectl describe command, we can describe one of our pod. From that, we can see the pod's name, the labels attached to it, the Docker container which got created on behalf of that pod. Let us now delete our deployment using the kubectl delete command, which would remove our replica set and the pods as well. Now we will see how we can use the kubectl tool to create an application using the YAML file, which is currently shown on the screen. For creating the deployment, the app/v1 endpoint got GA'd in the 1.9 release. Before that, it used to be extensions/v1 beta 1, which is still valid. So if you see extension/v1 beta 1 endpoint for deployment, don't get confused. It is still valid, but eventually it would be removed. As deployment creates replica set and the pod, we can partition our deployment configuration file into 3 sections: deployment, replica set, and pods. The selector in the replica set section select all the pods from the pods section where the label app is equal to nginx match. Using the kubectl create command, we can now create a deployment like as shown on the screen. On the screen, we now see a service file using which we are going to create a service. This service would select all the pods which has label app is equal to set to nginx. Again, let us use the kubectl create command to create our service. Our service web-service is created, and we can list it using the kubectl get svc or service command. Using the Minicube's service command, we are now going to access our service, which is going to open up a web browser, and we would access our web service using the node port with the Minicube's IP. So in this demo, we have seen how we can deploy an application using the Minicube's dashboard and the CLI tools.